Hey, what's up, YouTube Boxing family? It's K right here. I'm back with another good video for y'all today. I'll be giving like my post-fight reaction, some thoughts of Michael Conlan versus Lee Wood after this video, but I just wanted to make this quick little video to talk about this professional fighter. He's a Puerto Rican kid. I believe he's out of Massachusetts, Holyoke. His name is Lehnox Iceman Rodriguez Diaz. He just recently had a fight this upcoming past weekend. He's currently 3-0, one knockout, and I believe he's a 126 or 130 pounder. But I'm going to talk about him in this video to talk about who he is and I guess the background that he comes from. I believe he's a 7-time. It says it here on his profile if you guys want to give him a follow. He's a 7-time national, amateur champion. And I'll just copy the URL if you guys want to give him a follow and, you guys want to know more about him. But I'm just going to go into his box rec to look at, his division and see the progress that, he should definitely be focusing on. But, yeah, let's talk about it. Oh, also, he has his own profile right here. Yeah. Yep, October 24th, 2004. Yeah, this is not the same person that I'm thinking of. But, yeah, give this kid, like, a follow. He's a, good fighter. 17 years old, 3-0. He fights a super featherweight, so I believe he's probably going to start campaigning there. But he's 17 years old. He's out of Massachusetts. That's where he was from. But I guess he trains out of Connecticut, so he's a good fighter. He's just getting better on the job. I like the fact that he did come into the pros early. Obviously, this is a good level of Puerto Rican talent that is highly developed, and he is Puerto Rican if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I do like the fact that he came into the pros very young. Obviously, he's going to be moved pretty slow, so that way he can start just keep building his skill set to be up there. But I think eventually he's going to get better, and he's going to start dominating a lot of these guys. Um, if he's going to be staying at 130, I definitely think there's going to be a lot of good competition, especially some of these like young, teenagers that I keep hearing, like this kid, Diego Gonzalez Ramos. I've heard about him. I think the Barrientos twins, if they're in that weight class, but I'm not too sure. I think one of them is a super featherweight. Let me take a look at it. Angel Barrientos. That was the kid that got knocked out, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, amateur fighter. Yeah, he's 8-0. He's at super bantamweight, and I think his brother Chavez Barrientos. I think he's at 115, if I'm not mistaken. Which I don't understand why he fights at that weight, but he's a very tall, lanky fighter. But yeah, he's a featherweight, so yeah, I like to see this fight. I mean, I like watching the Barrientos brothers. Very similar to the Adorno brothers. Very high and active in their skill set. I think Jeremy fights at 122 or 126, but I could just take a look at it right here. Um, but no, these are some really good potential matchups that we can definitely see in the future. Yeah, Jeremy, he's a super bantamweight, so, but he did have his last fight at 130, so I'm not so sure what he's going to be doing, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what Jeremy can do. But no, in regards to Lennox Rodriguez Diaz, that's his name. Good fighter. I like how he performs his fighting style. He seems more of a pure boxer, but I don't think that's how he's gonna scale. He's only 17 years old, and I think his power is gonna come through a lot better as he gets older. Because obviously, when you're 17 years old, getting into boxing, you don't know your full potential as a fighter. But just looking into the division that he's in, 130 is a very, very stacked division. There's a lot of good up and coming rising rookies that are definitely in the come up. I've heard of guys like Darren Cook, Travion Butts, I actually wouldn't mind a fight with him. He just recently lost to Jeremy Adorno, but I mean, like why not? Try to make an example to try to beat some guys that are in like the top 2 to 300 rankings at a box rec. But I think as far as like where he should move, his fights more is try to beat more undefeated fighters. Obviously, I'm pretty sure he's just trying to stack up his career and resume by fighting like Mexican fighters down in Mexico, which I don't have a problem with. But the problem that I have is just where does Lennox go from elevating from the Mexican competition to the more American competition? Because like you do have some, good, decent level opposition. In which I actually do need to talk about this fighter right here, Jacob Bradley Gomez Zayas. I'm not so sure about him, but I've heard something about him, and I think I definitely need to give him a little video to, help him out. But I'll definitely do a video on him after this video. But yeah, Lennox's division is actually really promising. There's a lot of good level opposition in this division, and I think where things are gonna go is that for Puerto Rican talent, we have a lot of good, Puerto Rican American fighters and Puerto Rican native fighters that are just getting better. Oh, also, Dominic Vol's brother. Oh no. Oh shit. I'm sorry. Marcus Vol's brother Dominic Vol also fights at 130, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, that's actually really interesting. Oh, and then the other day I saw this dude, Josephat Ortiz. He just recently fought down in Mexico, or no, not down in Mexico, down in the Dominican Republic. He just got a second round KO victory over Erickson Vargas. That was a good, decent victory. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what the level of this Puerto Rican talent is gonna rise up to, but I think it's gonna just keep getting better, and then eventually you're gonna start seeing some really high level names come up, and I think the Puerto Rican talent is just getting better. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I mean, there's just so much, high level opposition that's in this, division. I could just go on forever and just talk about some of these guys that are like in like the top 100, especially like, a guy like, Elijah Pierce, a very good fighter. And also my brother, Mr. El Chucho, Mr. Luis, Melendez, he's getting up there, but obviously, he's, at a higher level than Lennox. Lennox. Sorry. Just had like a little bit of a thought fart or brain fart. But I mean, honestly, I like to see Lennox face some of these like young, undefeated, driven fighters. If he can continue to do that, I think his future at 130 is very set in stone, because a lot of these guys that you see here on the screen that I'm just going right through just to find possible names that I like to see him fight, maybe some of these guys will move up in weight. Maybe some of these guys will not, possibly be around, whether they do quit boxing or not. But, yeah, I just find it, very interesting of how things are going. I also want to mind, Lennox fighting, Otha Jones. I don't know what the hell's going on with, Otha, but he was once a good fighter. Having, his way by, doing everything right by, trying to stay active. But ever since that loss to Jorge David Castaneda, it just made me feel like, he just stopped, actually boxing, and I don't know what's going on with him, but hopefully he's back in the ring, and I like to see him back because, he's not just damaged goods or just like a bad fighter. He has great skills and potential to elevate his game, as well as, Lennox and many other, 130 pounders. But obviously, like the old saying goes, boxing isn't forever, so every fight could be, your last. But Hopefully, we can see him back in the ring soon. I mean, just by looking at the competition does look like there's a lot more younger fighters at 130, but the older fighters are like the ones that we don't know that might come out of the woodworks to like become a threat and might do some damage. But other than that, it just doesn't seem like this division really holds any weight. I mean, obviously Mark Castro, he got exposed by that William Madera guy, or Julio, yeah, Julio Madera. That was a fight that I thought Julio could have easily won, but he just kept getting hit and just kept coming forward, and I don't understand why he decided to just go that, particular route. He should have at least moved his head, and he would have given Mark a tougher fight, to be tested. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, not a bad, fighter with Mr. Lennox Rodriguez, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what he's gonna do in the near future, and I definitely like to see him face more, highly ranked, undefeated rookies. Definitely beat up some high level, American, young rookies in the division. And I think eventually his name's gonna keep flowing more. I just figured that I do my part to help out Puerto Rican boxing, to just talk about him and just give him the shine that that he needs. Obviously, he's only 17 years old, so anything can happen, with his career. But I think he's well beyond his expectations for where he needs to be to elevate his skills to become a world championship level fighter. So I just figured that I'd give you guys a little update on some Puerto Rican fighters that I seen floating, around the internet. So yeah, if you guys want to go give that kid a follow, I'll drop his, Instagram link for any of you guys that possibly know him, or, people that want to get to know him. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll talk about Lee Wood and Michael Conlon next, and I'll talk about the other Puerto Rican fighters, and I'll call it a day. And I'll probably do a live tonight, so. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.